All right. I need to give 5 pennies to Horatia. I should probably do that. I would not recommend it. What are you talking about, John Nather? They're just devils. What could go wrong? I'm sure it's just an elaborate, you know, euphemism. You know, and the yellow eyes, like, come on. They probably have, like, a jaundice of some kind. There's no reason to, you know, think poorly of them. They're just managing their condition. Or contacts. Exactly, sugar. I'm gonna wear my badge and my hat because I can. Also, thanks for the delicious Dreki drink. I find Horatia in the basement, taking inventory of our supplies. The night London fell, all Horatia's lodgers gathered in the cellar. Horatia led the hymns while we waited for dawn. Around 3 in the afternoon, we admitted to ourselves that there wasn't going to be a dawn today or any other day. Dreki, good to see you. Here's my half my rent, landlady. Believe I owe you something, as a matter of fact. Pass her the coins into a jingling handful. Thank you. You're a kind soul. She scoops the money into the pocket of her skirt. Goal complete. How much do I owe you? I mean, that was half, so I just owe you 5 more, right? I know I can't cover all my previous debts. It would be as much again. If the rest will have to wait. I'll have to do a few more odd jobs first. I'm glad to have this, at least. As a woman who comes to the door just about every morning. Too many children, not enough food. Sometimes I have a penny or some old stew for her. Alright, okay. Where are you going with this? And this morning? I sat by the fire and didn't go to answer it. After a time, she stopped knocking and just stood sobbing on the doorstep. Here, it's not a great deal, but for tomorrow... Retrieve the pennies from my pocket and pass them over. Thank you. I'll say you sent them for her. Give her my best. I will. Tell unnerving stories about meeting Grits' employer. Well, can we interview her for the census? You don't have any secret business besides running the household, do you? The house has been my business for a long time now. My father left it to me. I am a landlord, so all my wealth is inherited. All you people, you know, pay me rent so I don't have to do much else. He bought it so we'd have a good place to live. Didn't want to keep it up, whether I'd find a husband. Which I haven't. Butcher at the corner used to ask me. I think he wanted more room for his children. Let's go tidy the parlor. She's a landlord. We're not even gonna be friends. I shake my head to clear it. The ruminations are gone. All is as it was. It isn't long until dinner is served. Alright, it's evening. So all I can do is go to the boarding house and go down for supper. I see. Oh, I guess I mixed up who the landlord was. All right, sorry, Grits. I didn't mean to give you shit for being a landlord, because you're not. Did you see that woman? The one that came yesterday asking for doctoring? Hey, what should it be but nightmares again? Poor lady. I don't sleep well under a rock roof either. Hey, don't think anyone sleeps well down here. Did you do anything, love? I've only a dram of laudanum left. Nay more for a few days. There's fuel enough for the moment if you need to start a new tincture. There's something else I've been brewing up, so to say. But in case it did not work, He takes something out of his pocket. A lump wrapped in paper or leaves. Just long enough for Horatio to see. Opium. Oh shit, that's the hard stuff. Goodness! Well, wherever you got it, don't let anyone see it before you've had a chance to use it. No one speaks for a moment. Leave a mess for Horatio? Alright. She may be a landlord, but that doesn't mean I need to be a dick. I chew diligently. The first few days weren't bad. People had food in their pantries still. Old loaves of bread, leftover joints, roots and jams. Nothing new was coming into the markets. No new fish, no vegetables from the farms. We finish eating. Okay, where's the food coming from then? I guess we can gab with Archie before EB sleepy time. Archie finds me upstairs after dinner. I cannot stop thinking on the Ministry of Cartography. There's something not right there. You'd let me show you what I'm thinking of. And what you got for me, Archie? Please be my guest. You'll see what I have in mind in a moment. The way of sorting out my thoughts. When I started, it was to think through a treatment. But it's good for all sorts. Stories, schemes, things that might be true, or things that don't have to be. While he's talking, he's getting out some bits of paper, written over in his own handwriting. What's this? From time to time, you'll be making stories about things you discover in the Neath. Sometimes other people will ask you to bring them a story. They might want a true account, or they might want fiction. Either way, you'll come here to create the story they want. This is a slot. Slots contain certain elements of your story. This is a who slot, so okay, so... These are all the character tokens you could put in the slot. As you meet more people, you'll gain more options. This is a story about Archie. Okay. Driven by motives. Motives spur them to act. Tokens for actions and motives are represented by fragments of text rather than pictures. Hopes for love, hopes for power, hope for wealth, had unknown purpose. The story about Archie, a medical student driven by secret, unknown motives. Engage those around him in nefarious schemes. Well done, delicious friend! Don't eat me! Just because I'm a noodle doesn't mean you slurp me up like pasta! Not every story is a single-hander, of course. Commonly, a second character will feature as a friend, an enemy, or a victim. Okay, so the second person has to be different. Sometimes two tokens can't be placed together because they don't make sense. Interesting. You'll be asked for a story where certain elements can't be changed. Finally, you can put an unknown into a slot. That means you think there's other possible answer, but you need to explore the world more to find out what it is. Building a story with some unknown elements gives you a hypothesis you can ask other characters about. Archie, a medical student, driven by possible ministerial expose crafted. Possible fear. Ooh, interesting. Mr. Page. This is fascinating. This is like an entire new level to the visual novel. It's like we got two novels in one. I want to see where this goes. I have a friend below that can take what we learn and put it in the papers. Told them I knew someone that might be able to bring back a few secrets of the ministry. Do you want me to spy on the ministry? You want to pay me to bring back information about my other employer? I can share some funds, aye. The spirit of shared enterprise. Here, you have a try. Make me a tale of Mr. Page's for the papers, eh? Why not? What's the harm it could... What's the harm? We gotta go with unknown. Who, a generic Londoner, was gullible. Mr. Page's had purposes both unknown and unknowable. It established a ministry rule forbidding mapping underneath. The typical Londoner gullibly fell into line with everything that was required. Never questioned whether Mr. Page's had some secret agenda. Yeah, that seems good. Yeah, that one says Mr. Page's had an unknown purpose. You've made yourself a question, not an answer. As he used to take questions, but you shouldn't bring them to me. Let's take them to ask someone else. Ask Grits what she thinks about Mr. Page's about, if we're up for it. But for now, it's a finished tale we're after. Okay. Page's desperate. Oh, so the title changes. Page's tyrannical. We can go tyrannical or desperate. Go desperate. Okay, so that's why it went from hypothesis to conclusion. Okay. Hey, well done. They'll care to have things hidden from me for my own good. It's a tale we could spread to others. Wake London's suspicions. Put them on their guard. Take it to the press. You may wonder what's the purpose of having a scrap of paper just to say what you don't know. But I use that to mark a question I want to ask. Here, what would you do if you wanted to interrogate someone about why Mr. Page's was up to his ways? Alright, try it. Unknown purpose. Ah, fine question about what Mr. Page's intends for us all. Think a question like that, you'd be asking folk why Mr. Page's outlawed the maps. Same as I asked Grits yesterday. You've got the way of it. Questions to ask anyone who will reply. Answers to bring to me. You don't mind giving Mr. Page's all manner of stories about the people that live below. You can go on with it. But if you'd rather another way to making your bread, you might investigate while you are there. Ask him questions. Ask other people questions about him. Find out a thing or two. You make up the questions you want to ask. You can investigate with anyone who might answer. Earn your pennies helping the citizens, rather than those creatures in their blankets. So we got another faction now. We'll find the truth, Archie. Sounds like it doesn't require upright penmanship. That makes it superior to census work right there. Doesn't it just? And the truth has its own value. I'm glad to hear you say so. It's no easy thing fighting the doubts on my own. With Horatia telling me I have the fidgets, and Grit's telling me I should be quiet and trust the robe-wearing masters. I should let you get your sleep. Yeah, we can be friends. I grin. Straight to the EB Sleebies. Oh god, we found so many ideas. New thing unlocked. Everything you've unlocked for the thing you unlocked. Another morning, another paper. This morning's lies open on the table. Masters will exchange warm winter clothing for disused street signs. Odd. That's certainly one way. Okay, oh, now we have more buttons. Oh, we discussed with him, so we knew. Oh, right. Realize something? Most of the artists I know our career. I am artist. Ooh, pages undecided. How's the game going? I think I think we're almost through all the tutorializing bits. Got an interesting new thing. We've met some interesting people for doing some fun voices. We haven't really gotten to the inciting event because I believe there's a major murder that happens. Gotta make sure we recall the past. I mean, I feel like there's a strong correlation between, you know, exploring creative outlets and knowing yourself, which can help someone discover where they might lie on those kinds of things. I mean, I'm not surprised. I reached for another memory out of a jumbled grab bag. There are things I sometimes remember from that night that I cannot have happened. Impossible things. If I concentrate, I can recall. Archie searches books for some precedent. Precedent for what? Archie's family is in Scotland. Everyone says that only London fell below, but Archie is afraid that something happened to them too. I'm surprised at you trying to read in this light, Archie. He held up the volume he was perusing. I thought I remembered that there was a bit about the Welsh tornado here. That was not wrong. Makes an elevating change from your usual reading about Medici poisoners, I suppose. You had caught him a day or so before, reading a history of toxins over the supper table. This had been the subject of quite a few jests since. What is wrong, pray, with trying for a wee bit of knowledge as a druggist? Sola dosis facit venium, as the books say. Nothing's a poison, lest ye gie the wrong amount. Intriguing. Knowledge obtained. Okay. I need 5 pennies for Horatia. I need 2 more pages will be 7 census forms, unless I need 7 all at once. I do want to get more outfit stuff, but I don't know if I can afford it. Let's go to the Landises. No, let's go to the... Ask Harjeet to show me a route. There's more areas we haven't found yet, so we can get more... we can get more areas unlocked by having Harjeet introduce us to them. You're looking well. Hey, Harjeet, can you take me to the Menace Eradicator shop? Any interesting places today? There's a Menace Eradicator shop around the corner in that direction. He points towards a couple of buildings. I can't see the path between them at first. It takes a minute of staring before I notice that the alley that cuts between them. The path is more than usually complicated. Several times we stop and retrace our steps. We cannot omit this part of the procedure. Going backwards is part of the route. Ferret shot! Rats, moles, spiders, destruction and disposal. Sign outside says this shop belongs to one ferret. This presumably is them. Ferret doesn't look straight at my badge, but it's been noticed all the same. Everything's all right and tight here. Regular inspections and all that. We paid constables that do. Ah, it's no problem, bud. I was a tailor. I'm Dreki. Damn it. You see that in the shop window? Times before, my family were tailors. That is, assuming we still exchange names here. Pleasure to meet you. I'm working with the Ministry on the Census. Ministry of Accounting and Recounting. Ferret looks faintly mutinous. Make the moon even more disagreeable. I'll let myself be tricked. You can't have been born Ferret. That's your criminal nickname? What were you called properly? None of us born anything, are we? Imagine you don't want to give the world too much a handle on you. Ferret's the only name I go by. No one saw fit to tell me if it was a forename or a surname. Might have come down with me from a noble house for all I know. Courtesy of me grandsire and his wife, Lord and Lady Stoatweasel. That form. You have to put it on whether a person is a gentleman or not. There's nothing on it about gender. Doesn't ask anything about whether a person is male or female. That's good. Can't say I ever liked answering that one. You'll have always been trying to fit one into uncomfortable boxes. You don't fit in either, eh? I'm a bit of a faceless, genderless, nameless protagonist. Well, no, I do have a name. I'm Dreki. Does anyone live with you? Any boarders? Someone keen to share an evening meal on the day's catch? Ah, what's it to them? Oh, you know, I might keep a dormitory full of vermin-killing apprentices. Like my master did with me for enough years. Took me out of the chimney sweeping trade. Put me at his rats instead. Okay, what about your romantic inclinations? Are you married or otherwise connected? Strange thing, but I don't fancy sharing those particulars with your masters. It's my shy and delicate nature. I put me to the blush if those things were to become known. Write down refuse to answer. Wait, was expecting you till this evening. Seeing to customers, as you can see. Hello, Dreki. I already know the customer. I'm just by with a warning about the pub at the corner. More than usually infested, is it? If the publican hires you to clear the place, bring help and fire. We can just be friends. That'll be spiders. That was unexpected. You've learned more than one thing since the fall. Or the fall, too, come to that. Just been a bit of three-card Monty on who done what sense. Back to business, though, eh? What else can I do for you? particulars of your rat-catching profession. Is business good, then? I've been rat-catching and mole-killing for many years now. I've never seen business like this. Demand for eradicating the beasties. Demand for their bodies when you're done with them. The wages have never been so good. They don't get so much competition as you might expect. But it stands to reason, considering what one finds in a rat's nest these days. If you ask me, in a year or two, we'll need more than a terrier to catch rats with. I need firearms. What's different about the rats now? Hungrier, aren't they? Used to a city's worth of scraps. Suddenly, London's scraps aren't worth the having. Come out bold as day and take a loaf off a man's plate if you aren't careful. Oh shit, they got New York rats. You hear the stories, don't you? That rat's getting so eager they'll gnaw on an infant in its crib. I see. I believe you. You take my word for it. Good to tell, I haven't been called to deal with any chewed-on infants that wasn't already deceased. Unsavory subject. Do come back, especially if you have anything of a verminious nature that wants looking into. Or if you want to meet with any likely urchins what wants to apprentice. We're looking for the ragged school, but they ain't to be found where they used to be. Alright, I got time for one more errand, apparently. Person ferret. And when I see city rats, no! Unfortunately. Okay, let's deliver papers and see if we can learn anything more about Mr. Pages. We have our hat, we have our badge. Fritz has already shown me once how to visit the ministry. Nonetheless, this time I want to make sure I visit while she is also there. So I invite myself to accompany her while she walks to work. We require more stories from the bazaar. Our current catalog is too small. Too small? Too small. You have all the romantic accounts from the census. Too short? Too self-similar. A person was married, then widowed. A person fell in love, was rejected, and married another. Where's the screaming on such account? They're English, Mr. Pages. When they wish to scream, they say that they were quite put out. Besides, if you want more colorful stories, there are the novels. Then these novels have been disappointing! I'll make arrangements with Rachel. I can assist with this. Let me make the necessary introductions. Visitor Rachel Lindau would produce more of what Grits is looking for. Do you have anything more? Hand them over one by one. I like the little stories we get. I've got used to the transaction now. This one of his interest. The Maleficent, lacking uxori. I don't have a filing index for that combination. I would designate a sigil and a suitable ink. Colors on the last sigil burn my eyes. Do you have anything more? The trick is to not look at the back of the penny at all. There's 7 forms thus far. This should be commemorated. It has suggested that the agents of the ministry should appear respectable. Whatever. That black is a respectable color of clothing. I have obtained an article. It was not made with Mr. Vales' wares. I hope this will not give offense. Mr. Vales should not be given the measure of you. Ooh, we got a nice black coat. Makes me more conscious of grim truths, but also better to lend comfort. Interesting. This one is not a citizen of London. It will come from points west. It is not capable of love. Fritz reaches for the pages, frowning. It should be filed among honey and roses. Do you have anything more? Okay, we got Virginia here. Pages go through the pages of this census with growing interest, studying some pages closely. Then, suddenly, It stops and throws the sheaf on its desk. She is known to us. She is not from the 5th city at all, nor even the 1st. Hell exchanged its leaders late in the 4th city. We were otherwise occupied. We are unfamiliar with the newcomers. We surmise she is ambitious or in exilement. Grits reaches for the pages, frowning. The descendants of the Conicus are fluid consistent. Not all of their tales are worthy to tell. Do you have anything more? Alright, what about Ferret? Pages continues turning the pages over and going back and forth between them for a long time. Ineffectuous. This way of capturing menaces. We have better ways. The ministry will make them known. That's enough of my official duties for the moment. Enough of our conversation. Begone! I render my thanks and good wishes to all the parties and bow myself out. The hallways outside are hushed, except that if I listen closely, there is a sound like something walking with an uneven gait. Its shoes, or perhaps its toenails, click on a polished floor. Getting late. I'm heading back home. Time to head to supper then. This morning I was in the basement checking our supplies. Is there much down there that's not mine then? I'm saving a jar of pickle for Christmas. Something to give us a taste of old times. I found a couple of rats down there reading the labels. Staring foolishly, perhaps. They were sounding out the words. Calmly accept that animals now speak English. Not all things can speak and read. Someone would have to have taught them. It's not the animals talk that worry me down there. Save your disbelief for something that really wants disbelieving in. I don't like to think what the blighted creatures might be planning. From now on, don't want anyone but me going down to the basement. Interesting. You want to go alone? Ugh. I have a heap of medicines down there. Some of them not finished cooking yet. If you tell me what you brought up, dear, I'll fetch it for you sometime. It's not safe scouting alone. You've seen all the bottles. It'll take you a week to bring them up. They're at a delicate stage to boot. Would not want to be shaking up the sediment. I'll bring up your things in cotton wool and a bassinet if that's needed. Archibald, but I'm not having anyone else walk down there. Not losing you to that. When they got hungry, people turned inventive. All the pigeons around St. Paul's they caught and plucked. More than one society lapdog was turned into stew. Dinner reaches an end. Dog is just the average NYC sewer rat. I've heard him speak about nibbling the legs off. Ain't it just? I certainly wonder, does this game, it's gotta have more than 10 days. I feel like we're still in like the beginning throes. Another morning, another newspaper, and another gnome. The headline today reads, hold on, I need to take a sip of water before reading this. Oh, thanks for the delicious Dreki drink. Yeah, I need that. Orgiastic parties of legendary viscountess threaten virtue, reputation of ordinary citizens. Orgiastic party. Now that is a party descriptor. Damn! What did we see in the past? something in the corner of the basement. Ooh. I remember waking up in the night, seeing that there was a new rat hole in the basement wall. As I lay there gazing at it, became something slick and writhing from that hole. Ayo. It felt about the floor of the basement and wrapped itself around a lump of coal before finding nothing else handy. But that displeased it, it seems, because it dropped the lump again and withdrew. When I summoned the courage to look in the hole, I saw nothing. I could not be sure that I saw it truly. I've seen enough Japanese animes to know where that's going. Okay, let's go to the lawness. We need to introduce Grits to Rachel. This is official business, Rachel! Miss Lindo, may I introduce you to my friend, Miss Griselda? Grits. She's heard about your writing and asked for an introduction. Oh, did you read my work, Grits? I never read novels. I have more pressing demands on my time. Then I don't understand why you've come... I feel like I kind of have the same voice for both of those characters. Fuck. I need to... do something different for Rachel. I don't want to go... I'm trying to move it a little bit more high society, maybe? Explain what Grits needs. Grits is an avid reader in need of supply. We thought they might particularly appreciate your gifts. How kind of you. My employer would like to pay you to produce stories more quickly. My hands only go so fast. We would provide a secretary, supplies. Not sure what a person of your situation might need. I can see that. How do you spend your time then? Attending social events until something inspires a return to my desk. Some muses inspire. Mine exasperates. Those activities produce what? A list of incidents, alphabetical, to be included in the coming chapters? Characters. Today, a woman creeping backward into a government. No, I have my eyes front, trust me. She tried to discard her society accent, but she wears gold links in her cuffs. I didn't come to be a literary model. If you want me to write more, it's the best thing you could have done. London's circulating libraries and magazine holds tales by the thousand. Your masters commandeer whatever they wish. I don't understand your difficulty. You're not the only one who asks such questions. Their intentions are hard to read. We've brought books by the wheelbarrow, new and old. Our reader, and there is just one particular reader, has rejected everything Pages has brought to him. We'll pay for every chapter on the love of Neath, dwelling Londoners. Oh, for every chapter on the love of Neath dwelling Londoners. My compatriot Dreki will help you. Helping Rain. I suppose I could manage that. You can tell me what you require. I need a plot about how my heroine recovers from her betrothal to someone left behind on the surface. Ooh, I think we got some inspiration there. Just the skeleton of how it happens. I can do the rest. You could contrive a way for her to end the business. That would be very welcome. All of my thoughts have proven insipid. We only want the tales. And the Neath's heartblood. I accept. If that only means taking an extra payment for the work I already do. I promise nothing. You've allowed us to provide a certain incentive. After Rachel sees us out, we have a thoughtful talk on our way home. Ritz is silent with her thoughts for a good part of it. If she had any turn for politics, what a politician she would make. Though, of course, they'd never swear her in. But imagine her speeches. I like her myself. Meaning you admire her profile abstractly. No. Thinking of having her carved as a cameo as well? As perhaps? Not exactly. An intrigue. Ask no questions to which I don't want answers. The air is remarkably clear today. It's the cold. We could pay the other half. Wait. Build a story. Ooh. Predicament, bereaved. Wait, Grits is locked into the other side? Interesting. Do we have any... We don't have any questions. Construct a plot for Rachel to get her heroine out of a ruined engagement. How's it go? Hey, Rattleland. We are trying to construct a story to help an author be inspired. Novel plot crafted. Haunted. The spoilt beauty had lost her betrothed in the fall of London. He traveled to France and so escaped. The spoilt beauty was overpoweringly envious of him and spent all her time wishing to be above. A constable and the spoilt beauty met several times. The spoilt beauty interrogated him about the state of surface affairs. He refused to realize that the surface news interested her more than himself. A constable wore a bunch of mushrooms pinned to his breast whenever he was going to see the spoilt beauty. The spoilt beauty was too distracted to observe the effect. The experience leaves the spoilt beauty troubled by most peculiar nightmares. A constable regrets nothing. Happy ending novel. Okay. Let's unlock various things. Finding a muse. Misalliance. Uh-oh, I'm about to sneeze, aren't I? Hey, Shiro! Welcome on by. How have you been? It's been a minute. Renewal from without. I think I like the Has Nightmares as a funnier ending. Ah! Oh. Okay. Oh, no, Chimera, why did you... Oh, shit. You explode... Okay, so the exploding Dreki drink is a frame-perfect tech. This renders Dreki into a spinning state. Now, while Dreki's in a spinning state, what we can do is we can travel to parallel universes, and once we have passed through enough parallel universes, we will suddenly come to a stop. And it will look like nothing has changed. But what has actually happened is this unlocked the secret multicolor mode, causing Dreki to shift through many different colors. Now, this seems like a cosmetic change, but what this will actually allow us to do is submit this story and advance the game. And it seems like a lot of steps, but trust me, it's worth it. Ah! Oh, God! The slug cats! They're attacking! Hello, Mooncat, a Chimera, Shiro. I hope all y'all are doing fine and fantastic this evening.
We're no strangers to love, you know the rules, and so do I. To wear full commitments, what I'm thinking, if you wouldn't get this from any other gooey, just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Got to make you understand, never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and touch you.
Thanks, Golem. Thank you for the wonderful, wonderful and touching message for everybody. Thank you. You just gonna stand there? Just gonna stand there menacingly for a minute? Oh. Golem, are you okay, Golem? Golem, you can go away now. It was a good story. Golem, please. You don't have to do this, Golem. No. Okay, he's gone. I might need to adjust the timer, the calculator for how long they should stay. I think he's slowly realizing that he rickrolled himself by reeling. Oh, thank you for your boobs. Okay. Let's
hold on, give me a second. Oh crap!
Oh god, the frog! Oh god!
You know I love the sound he's bouncing off my booty cheeks. I love the way he writes, he can hardly breathe when he's pumping deep in city. I kiss him on his neck and then he kisses on my pussy. Call him daddy while I holler, man. That boy's so damn good looking.
Fox, I want you to stand there and contemplate what you just said. All right, mister? We are gonna have to scrub your snoot with all of that foul and filthy. What? Who taught you that song? Huh? Was it the owl? Damn it, owl! You absolute scamp! How could you corrupt the poor innocent fox over here with this filth? Xenos run. Okay, excuse me. Let's pay off the rest of our rent just in case. Since the fall, I haven't always had my funds to pay for my room and board, provided for me anyway, even if I sometimes get yeeted into the void by Chad, who's very mean to me. If there's anything to eat, I'm always welcome to join the other lodgers. He's never said a word in front of the other guests. Hello. I hope you've not grown too sick of mushrooms. Here, you're owed this. Horatio touches my shoulder. Sorry I didn't have it sooner. I felt confessed as half redressed. Y'all, I saw something crawl down the wall. Y'all see that? Why do I look like that? What do you mean? Well, unfortunately, sometimes I catch a bit of the chaos. And you know, it's a bit of a draconic affliction. Y'all should be okay. Don't need to worry about it. Ah! Oh, it seems the gnome knocked me straight. I've transformed my too beloved friend into Pokemon. Friends, you have been Pokefied. Congratulations. Now get in the balls. Silence falls. Finish the conversation. Scan so deadly. It was brutal. There's stew in the kitchen that needs looking after. She's a landlord. We're not even gonna be friends. Ah! Damn gnomes. The setting doesn't have balls. At least not that kind of balls. Oh, Chimera! Looks like you're getting some snacks. Oh, I will hydrate indeed. I don't have a Discord set up at the moment. Maybe eventually I'll have something, some facsimile of a storage apparatus. But now is not that time. Oh, if you've got a clit, feel free to throw it in chat. I forgot. I need to fucking remember to make. I've got to do. Shice. How did I do this? So I need to take all these delicious Dreki drinks. It's cool, it's refreshing, you know, it's full of vitamins. I don't know what vitamins there are, but I'm sure they're in there. I need to check what I have to put in. Ah, it explodes! If I copy that. Exactly. Exactly. Instant meme. Luckily, I recently fixed that. Oh. Strange. Why didn't that Slugcat work? Were you at least refunded? I think you were refunded. Yes, it looks like it was auto-refunded. Good. That's one thing. If any of the fistful of stuff fails, it'll auto-refund you. Oh, oh. I'm losing my mind. Go get accept. Ooh, Takis are so good. Okay, but which Takis do you have? Do you have a purple bag or is it a green bag? Schmo. Time for us to have the most brutal supper of all. Squid. I thought I smelled the stew. The pot's on the table, Dreki. Sit where you like. What's in the stew? What's in it? If you judge just by the flavor, it'll be a chewy type of fish. Makes a change from mushrooms. It goes for you too, Miss Griselda. There's a stew ready if you're hungry. What's on the tip of your tongue, Grits? You went fishing? It was a gift from someone I treated for a gripe. Masters warned me against eating things from the river. I'm not sure it was the river that he caught it from. Why? What did he tell you? He didn't tell me anything. I can't believe they're hiding food sources. Got a good spot to fish. Looks like he means to keep it quiet. Wouldn't want to share, would he? That might be it. And often the arms will still move after they have caught and killed, and sometimes end up getting caught in your throat. Yeah, also there's a whole shtick of like, if you pour the soy sauce, like I don't know if it's the salt in it. Something in it can like reactivate the neurons, and so it can wiggle around a bit. As if it might still be alive, but it's not really. He had the meat in a big bag. A very big bag. And stained dark. I made him swear it wasn't human before I'd take it. To judge by the fishy smell, it wasn't. For a moment, no one speaks. There are no more rubbery lumps on my plate. Rubbery lumps mentioned! Let's go, rubbery lumps! Now that's what I call a W. All right, what happens at the end of Confessions? All right, what's this morning's paper? Beware ailments caused by lack of sunlight. Cholera, scurvy, female distemper. Oh, that's fucking rude. Yeah, pretty well. I found it and I stuck it on my horn because I couldn't find a mask. You know, the game is Mask of the Rose, so I tried to find like a rosy mask kind of thing, but none of them really had the right vibe that I could slap on to me. So I'm like, fuck it, we'll just get a rose and we'll just stick that on my bottle. I think those turned out a lot better. Okay, let's try heading outside before doing anything. Let's flirt with Rachel. It's been a minute since we've done anything suave. I should change. This is a personal visit. Actually, wait. Damn. I should have waited until I got something cooler. But I don't have any money. So fuck it. Did they call it hysteria or something? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Not the right outfit. We need to get some money so that I can get some clothes from the Hogs Lane. We can do the census with Phoebe. That's our main source of money at the moment. I feel like all sorts of things keep bumbling around in the ziggurat this evening. Jeez. Are you here to see me then? I don't receive visitors as a rule. Perhaps they won't take official notice. Not as if I entertain much. I'm just cooking up some fresh snags. I'm here about the census, man. Sorry for the interruption. Just a few questions of the citizens of London. I'm not sure aware what the masters have in mind. Nonetheless, it would be a help. I see. Ask her about, are you married? Or otherwise connected? There's someone I care for. I had a hope something would come of it after the fall. But it seems that's not to be by the look of things now. Do not presume to comment. I don't have enough context. Silence falls. Have a good morning? I should take myself off. We could be friends. Judging by the clock, I can afford another errand today. Okay, so we only get 2 actions, period. I thought recalling the past was taking up a slot. Putting check in there. No, don't put me in the jar! I did nothing wrong! I glimpsed something in a bit of mirror. In a mirror, I saw something that wasn't my reflection. A woman who might have been Chinese, though I could not be sure. She sat at a desk in a flooding palace, and the milky water had come level with her knee. She wrote in haste. Her hands were gory with ink stained and dimmed the firebirds embroidered on her sleeve. The glimpse of me goaded her. The ink bottle was upset. The blue-black bloomed in the floodwater. I don't want to do that. They do something. I did nothing. You can't prove it. I think we can discuss theory. Maybe I need to do this to try and advance what I'm missing for the story. Archie holds my eye for a little longer than usual. A reminder, perhaps, of our shared pursuit. The night of the fall, I saw something that wasn't my own face when I looked in the mirror. It was a woman in a flooding palace, and the sight of her alarmed me. I go on for some time and make no effort to hide how frightening the whole business was. The description becomes more frank as I go on. I see. I'm glad you told me. I've not lost a patient today. There's no one raving in needle confinement, so I'll count that to the good. Alright, well, I'm glad you're doing well, Archie. We need some quiet days now and then. What do you think of Mr. Page intends for London? That's what I hoped you might suss out. You formed the question on the board. Now it's a matter of asking someone that might know. I wouldn't put too much money on that answer you get from Grits. No one speaks for a moment. I see you as one of my closest friends, Archie. Everyone needs an ally down here, the way I see it. Get an achievement, make a meaningful connection. Time was when the thought of this would have stopped me in place. The fear I cannot take a liking to anyone without something happening to them. But that fear doesn't weigh so much on me now. And I have you to thank for it as well. Aww. Comrade. Alright, we just got supper. That's a quick day. Eat up, Archie. Joy is warning us about lack of nutrition. Ugh, I'm sorry, Horatia. You cooked it as well as anyone could do. No need to tell me that. What are you brooding on then? I was thinking on my mother. If she thinks I was killed, it'll be terrible for her heart. Invent a comforting theory. I've heard rumors that the surface knows exactly where we went. In fact, I'm told there's a rescue operation being prepared. By a special team of German engineers, I've no doubt. I'm grateful to you, my friend. They get out of this hole of the ground at last, and all the way back up to Gasclo. I find she's past all grief before I got there. Positively Greek. I've told you before, you should ask Grits to help you. Ask me for what? I told you before, I can't set off the masters. They can't be doing little favors here and there and everywhere. You know how many people live in London? Oh, my duck, I don't. Nor do you either. Or you would need this census. My mother begged me not to come all the way to London. She said I could study just as well in Glasgow. Or if I had to go away, any further than Edinburgh. There's plenty of physicians there training. It was me that chose to put the distance. Aw, we'll give him a hug. Just a bro hug. No one speaks for a moment. Keep quiet and eat. Nice. All right, what's the newspaper today? Archie brought one, and the headline reads, Ministry of Accounting and Recounting offers extra rations in exchange for old pound notes. If I'm not too occupied otherwise, I can only ask my friends and acquaintances whether there's anything they need from me. Yeah. Game's reminding me of other ways to get quests. I know, I get it. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I'm merely ignoring you and doing other things.